Today in education, there is an enormous potential for optimizing learning and instruction. Increased reliance on technology, combined with how the brain processes information around it, has become an extreme interest to educators. The cognitive theory of multimedia learning from Richard Mayer of the University of California can be used to guide instructional technologists in the creation of more effective computer-based training and multimedia instruction. The cognitive theory of multimedia learning describes the cognitive processes that occur when exposed to multimedia learning. The theory is based on three assumptions. The first assumption is that two separate channels for processing information exist. The channels are auditory and visual. With the dual channel assumption, people use separate channels to process visual and auditory information independently. Using both of the auditory and visual channels, student learning through multimedia instruction can be dramatically enhanced as information is presented. This occurs because the brain accommodates more new information by taking advantage of its multimodal processing capability within technology-based tools. Within the second assumption, both the auditory and visual channels are recognized to have limited capacity. People can process only a limited amount of information simultaneously on each channel. Continuing to expose a person to information in an already filled capacity will only hinder the learning process. The final assumption is that learning is an active process of filtering, selecting, organizing, and integrating information. People engage in active learning by paying attention to relevant incoming information, organizing selected information into coherent mental representations, and integrating mental representations with other knowledge. So what does this mean? Well, people use auditory and visual channels to take in information. And the capacity to take in the information is limited. And people will pay attention to relevant information and integrate it with other knowledge. This is the cognitive theory of multimedia learning.